Hello there, and welcome to the Star Wars Guys YouTube channel where the Force is family. I am Master Paul, and today, for surprisingly a pre recorded video, we are going to be talking about this. So, this is the Star Wars sequel trilogy documentary put together by Echo Base Network, who pretty much everyone knows is the channel that really inspired me to make this channel. And this specifically is the special edition Blu-ray. So there's an extra sort of epilogue scene at the end, which we'll get into in a little bit. And I do believe Echo Base Network still has this on sale. I could be wrong. Basically, just get with Nick on that, and you'll be able to find out for sure. And we're going to talk about basically what they included on this documentary. Now, first off, before we get into that, I gotta say I really like the fact that Coach and Nick signed these. So thank you guys for doing that. The packaging itself looks nice, very well done, as well as the disc. Here's the disc. It's a very nice covering there that they put over that. So you guys clearly spared no expense on the actual Blu-ray disc. So great job. So about what's actually on the documentary itself. Now, as most of you guys already know, this is not the first time they've put out this documentary. They originally released it as its own YouTube video on their channel. In fact, I'll be including links to it in the description if you guys would rather just watch it on YouTube instead of owning a copy of it on Blu-ray. I will include the link there. And basically what they did was they detailed pretty much everything that happened with Star Wars from the time that Disney announced that they were going to buy Lucasfilm and thus Star Wars with it, all the way back in 2012 to pretty much right after, with this special edition, right after Luke returned in The Mandalorian Chapter 16. Now, I'm not going to do a full detailed breakdown of everything that happened with the sequel trilogy because we already know what happened, and frankly, to do so would open up a lot of old wounds. I know it kind of did for me, so we're not going to do that. But I will certainly say that that props to Echo Base Network for going into pretty much every detail that they could with all of this, showing not just the negative, the negative reactions to the sequel trilogy, but also the positive ones too, because I think we kind of forget that there were people that genuinely liked, what happened with The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. So credit to them for showing that stuff. And I also liked how they showed a whole bunch of different YouTubers, including some that I had never heard of, showing their different reactions to each of the individual movies. Some of the channels that I recognize, I didn't recognize all of them, but some of them that I recognized was obviously Echo Base Network itself, Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, Star Wars Theory, Angry Joe Show, they had Ben Shapiro in there, which I was not expecting. Let's see. John Campia was there. I think his name is Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns. Yeah, they were on there. As well as a whole bunch of other people that I didn't know who they were, but they all had their different ways of saying whether they liked it or whether they didn't like it and why. And so good on Echo Base Network for including all of that. And actually laying out the history of what happened, the way they described, the way they went into detail about how in Bob Iger's book, he mentioned that he had no intention of using George Lucas's scripts for the sequel trilogy. And of course, George Lucas's reaction to that, great job for including that. And overall, this was definitely something that I am happy that I watched. Now, like I said, it definitely opens up some old wounds because this documentary, at least it did for me, it takes you back to where were you when all of this was happening with Lucasfilm? Where were you in life? Where were you as a Star Wars fan when The Force Awakens came out, when The Last Jedi came out, when Solo, The Rise of Skywalker, Rogue One, I know I said those out of order, but when they came out? And you almost relive your own Star Wars journey through those periods of time. Because, like I said, I know I did. I distinctly remember liking The Force Awakens at first, but certainly not liking it more than even, you know, certainly not liking it more than the original trilogy and certainly the prequels. I remember being kind of confused about how I felt about Last Jedi, kind of similar to how I did about Book of Boba Fett, but on a much larger scale, before deciding, you know what, this just wasn't for me. And then I remember going back to when I first saw Rise of Skywalker and initially liking it, and in some ways I still kind of do, but I recognize that that movie is a complete mess and really should not have been the mess that it was had the sequel trilogy actually had a plan. So, if you watch this documentary, prepare to like retread your own memory and go back and wonder, does this ring true for me? Everything that these fans are saying coming out of the movie, either saying they liked it or they didn't like it, where did I fall on that spectrum? So, good job to Echo Base Network for that. And then also, the fact that they went and included in the special edition everything that came out after The Rise of Skywalker, from The Mandalorian Season 1 talking about that, to Clone Wars Season 7 talking about that, and especially talking about Luke's return in Mando's Chapter 16. And to be fair, they show all the same reactions to Luke showing up as what they did in their video, which pretty much, it was the video of them compiling everything that people were saying to Luke coming back, pretty much ending with Star Wars Theory's teary response to all of that, which was beautiful to see. And they did mention the fact that the Pablo Hidalgo controversy too. They also mentioned the fact that they had all of these prominent YouTubers on their channel in the immediate aftermath of Luke coming back, because around that time, that's when I first found Echo Base Network, right after Luke came back, and I saw, so it was through Geeks and Gamers that I found Echo Base Network, because I heard, he had shouted out their video that Mark Hamill had also tweeted out, and I saw that he was going to go to their channel. So I went over there, and I watched, and I liked what I heard from them, and I've kept watching, and now ultimately here I am, not just a fan of their channel, not just a member of their channel, but also a mod of their channel, with my own channel as well, inspired by them. So overall, if you have not seen this documentary, I highly, highly recommend it. Even if you are not able to get the Blu-ray copy, look it up on YouTube. It is absolutely worth it. I will say, though, there is one thing specifically about the DVD copy that kind of struck me as odd, and then I had to go back and look at the YouTube version just to make sure. And in the intro, there is a part of the intro that does accidentally get cut off, and I'm going to show you where that is. So let me pull up, let me pull up the documentary. So we're going to start from this part here. This is in the intro.
The timeless masterpiece. Fans of Star Wars for decades were content to look at the past while hoping for more Star Wars in their future. After Episode 3 hit theaters in 2005, fans would keep Star Wars alive through games, animated series, novels, comic books, and various forms of collecting, while always wanting more. Soon, for all fans, there would be a new hope.
All right, that part right there, the part where Doomcock says soon for the fans there would be a new hope, That part in the editing for the DVD accidentally gets cut off, and then it transitioned right into the title screen for the chapter about The Force Awakens. But at the same time, you can tell that Doomcock was about to say something else because you can hear him about to say the word soon. So that is really the only negative thing that I have to say about the Blu-ray, but at the same time, I understand mistakes are going to be made in editing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I will be including a link to the documentary in the description of this video. But if you do want to own a copy of the Blu-ray, talk to Coach and Nick. I don't know for sure whether or not they still have it for sale. So if they do, great. If not, that's why I'm including the link in the description. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. And just remember, everyone, the Force is family. See you guys later.